Avocados and Macular Degeneration, a nutritional defense. What if I told you that one humble fruit could help shield your eyes from the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60? A condition that affects over 11 million Americans and is projected to impact nearly 22 million by 2050. I've spent 3 decades working with seniors, and I've seen too many patients struggling with the devastating effects of macular degeneration. That moment when someone realizes they can no longer see the faces of their loved ones clearly or read their favorite books, it's heartbreaking. But here's what fascinates me. Emerging research shows that certain foods might be powerful allies in protecting your vision as you age. And one of these nutritional defenders might be sitting in your kitchen right now. I'm Dr. David Walker, a specialist in geriatric ophthalmology, with over 30 years of experience helping seniors live fuller, healthier lives. Today, I'm going to reveal how a simple dietary change, specifically adding avocados to your meals, could significantly boost your eye's natural defense system against macular degeneration. What makes this green fruit so special? And how exactly does it help protect the delicate cells in your macula? Stay with me, because what you learn in the next few minutes might completely change how you think about your eye health. Macular degeneration. Its impact. You know that feeling when you're trying to read something and there's a smudge right in the middle of the page? Now imagine that smudge is permanent and growing. That's what macular degeneration feels like for millions of older Americans. Age-related macular degeneration, or AMD, affects the center part of your retina. That's the macula, which is responsible for your central detailed vision. When it deteriorates, you lose the ability to see what's directly in front of you, while your peripheral vision remains relatively intact. It's like having a blind spot in the center of everything you look at. I remember Martha, a vibrant 68-year-old artist who came to my office after noticing strange distortions in her paintings. Her straight lines were appearing wavy, and faces looked blurry. When I examined her eyes, I discovered the early signs of AMD. Martha broke down in my office that day. "Will I still be able to paint?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Will I still recognize my grandchildren's faces?" These questions haunt many of my patients. While AMD doesn't cause complete blindness, it drastically affects quality of life. Simple pleasures like reading, driving, recognizing faces, or watching television become increasingly difficult. And that independence we all cherish, it slowly slips away. But here's what I want you to understand. While aging is inevitable, severe vision loss doesn't have to be. Science is showing us that nutrition plays a crucial role in protecting your eyes. And this is where our understanding of the eye's natural defense system becomes fascinating. Your macula contains special pigments that act like internal sunglasses, filtering harmful blue light and neutralizing dangerous free radicals. The most important of these pigments are lutein and zeaxanthin, powerful antioxidants that your body can't produce on its own. You must get them from your diet. Research published in the National Library of Medicine has shown that people with higher levels of these pigments in their eyes have a significantly lower risk of developing advanced AMD. Think of these pigments as your eye's personal bodyguards. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The density of these protective pigments in your macula, what scientists call macular pigment optical density, or MPOD, can actually be increased through dietary changes. And one food that's proving to be remarkably effective at boosting this protective shield is the avocado. Before I explain why avocados are special, let me ask you, have you noticed any changes in your vision lately? Are straight lines appearing wavy? Do you need more light to read than you used to? These could be early warning signs of AMD, and addressing your nutrition now could make all the difference. If you're currently experiencing any vision changes, I want you to promise me something. Make an appointment with your eye doctor this week. Early detection and intervention are crucial. But don't stop there. Let's talk about how you can start building up your eye's natural defense system today. And I'll tell you exactly how avocados fit into this protection plan when we come back after this short break. Avocados and lutein. Welcome back. Before the break, I mentioned that the macula in your eye contains special protective pigments, mainly lutein and zeaxanthin, that act as your internal defense against age-related macular degeneration. Now, let's explore why avocados are uniquely effective at boosting this protection. You might be surprised to learn that avocados don't actually contain as much lutein as some other foods. For instance, a cup of spinach contains approximately 13 milligrams of lutein per 100 grams, while avocados contain only about 0.4 milligrams per 100 grams. So why am I recommending avocados instead of just spinach? Here's the fascinating part. It's not just about how much lutein a food contains, but how well your body can absorb and use it. This is called bioavailability, and this is where avocados truly shine. Lutein is fat-soluble, which means it needs dietary fat to be properly absorbed by your body. Avocados provide the perfect environment for lutein absorption because they naturally contain healthy monounsaturated fats. When you eat an avocado, you're getting both the lutein and the fat needed to absorb it, all in one package. Let me share some groundbreaking research with you. In a study published by the National Institutes of Health, researchers found that participants who consumed one avocado daily for 6 months increased their macular pigment density by over 25%. This is remarkable when you consider that the avocado only provided about 0.5 milligrams of lutein per day. Even more impressive, this increase in macular pigment was significantly greater than what researchers had observed in previous studies using lutein supplements. In fact, the study concluded that avocado consumption was particularly effective in increasing macular pigment density levels compared to other interventions. But that's not all. The same study found that increases in macular pigment density were related to improved cognitive performance, specifically in areas like memory and problem-solving efficiency. This suggests that lutein doesn't just protect your eyes. It may benefit your brain as well. There's something else I find fascinating about avocados. They contain a unique combination of nutrients that work synergistically for eye health. Beyond lutein, avocados provide vitamin E, vitamin C, and other antioxidants that combat oxidative stress, a major contributor to macular degeneration. Let me tell you about Robert, an 82-year-old patient of mine who had early signs of AMD in both eyes. When I explained the potential benefits of dietary changes, he was skeptical but willing to try. He started eating half an avocado daily with his lunch. 6 months later, his macular pigment density had increased significantly, and more importantly, his AMD hadn't progressed. "I never thought something as simple as changing my lunch could help protect my vision," he told me. Of course, Robert's case is anecdotal, but it aligns with what research is showing us. And here's what's exciting. Anyone can make this simple dietary change. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, "But Dr. Walker, aren't avocados high in calories?" Yes, avocados do contain calories, about 240 calories in a medium-sized fruit. However, studies show that adding avocados to your diet typically doesn't lead to weight gain. Why? Because they're incredibly satiating. The combination of healthy fats, fiber, and water in avocados helps you feel fuller longer, potentially reducing your overall calorie intake. I recommend incorporating half to 1 whole avocado into your daily meals. You can slice it onto toast for breakfast, add it to your salad at lunch, or make a delicious guacamole as a snack. The possibilities are endless. Would you like to know one of my favorite quick recipes? I call it my eye-loving avocado toast. whole grain toast topped with mashed avocado, a sprinkle of turmeric, another great antioxidant, a few pumpkin seeds, high in zinc, which is also beneficial for eye health, and a squeeze of lemon. It takes just minutes to prepare, but delivers a powerful combination of eye-protecting nutrients. Before we move on, let me address an important question. Is it ever too late to start including these protective foods in your diet? The answer is a resounding no. Whether you're 50 or 90, nutrition continues to play a vital role in your eye health. Even if you already have AMD, proper nutrition can potentially slow its progression. I'd like you to think of your macula as a fortress that needs constant reinforcement. Every avocado you eat is like adding another brick to that protective wall. And in our next segment, I'll show you how to build an even stronger defense by combining avocados with other eye protective foods. Are you ready to create a complete nutritional defense system against macular degeneration? Stay tuned. You won't want to miss this. Comprehensive nutritional strategy. Now that you understand the remarkable benefits of avocados for your eye health, let's talk about creating a comprehensive nutritional strategy to protect your vision as you age. Because while avocados are powerful allies, they're most effective when part of a broader approach. Think of your defense against macular degeneration as a shield with multiple layers. Avocados form one important layer, but we need to strengthen the entire shield. The foundation of this approach is what scientists call the Mediterranean diet, a way of eating that's consistently linked to lower rates of AMD progression. This diet emphasizes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, fish, nuts, and olive oil while limiting red meat and processed foods. What makes this eating pattern so effective? It provides a perfect storm of eye-protective nutrients, antioxidants that neutralize free radicals, anti-inflammatory compounds that reduce retinal damage, and healthy fats that improve nutrient absorption. Let me introduce you to Eleanor, a lively 75-year-old who came to me after being diagnosed with early AMD. She was determined to preserve her vision so she could continue her passion for birdwatching. We developed a comprehensive dietary plan centered around the Mediterranean diet, with special emphasis on lutein-rich foods. 1 year later, not only had Eleanor's AMD not progressed, but her overall health had improved significantly. Dr. Walker, she told me, I have more energy now than I did 10 years ago, and I spotted a rare warbler last week that I wouldn't have been able to see if my vision had deteriorated. Beyond avocados, here are the key foods I recommend incorporating into your weekly meals. First, dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and collard greens. These are absolute powerhouses of lutein and zeaxanthin. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach provides about 20 milligrams of lutein, far more than an avocado. But remember, always eat these with a source of healthy fat to maximize absorption. A drizzle of olive oil or a few slices of avocado will do the trick. Second, colorful fruits and vegetables, particularly those with orange, yellow, and red pigments. Bell peppers, corn, oranges, and tangerines contain additional carotenoids that support eye health. The more color variety on your plate, the better. Third, cold water fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, DHA and EPA, which are critical components of your retina. Research from the age-related eye disease study, ARIDS, found that participants who consumed fish twice a week had a significantly lower risk of AMD compared to those who rarely ate fish. Fourth, nuts and seeds, particularly walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds, provide plant-based omega-3s and vitamin E, another powerful antioxidant that protects your eyes. And fifth, eggs, specifically the yolks. Like avocados, egg yolks contain highly bioavailable lutein. One study found that eating just 1 egg per day increased lutein levels in the blood by 26% and zeaxanthin levels by 38%. Now, here's a question I often get from my patients. Dr. Walker, should I take supplements instead? While certain supplements, particularly those based on the AREDS 2 formula, have shown benefits for people with moderate to advanced AMD, they're not a replacement for a healthy diet. Foods provide nutrients in natural proportions and combinations that supplements simply can't replicate. That said, if you already have AMD, talk to your eye care provider about whether supplements might be beneficial as an addition to your nutritional strategy. I'd like to share an easy-to-remember guideline. Aim for at least 5 different colors of fruits and vegetables daily. This simple approach helps ensure you're getting a wide range of eye-protective compounds. Let me suggest a typical day's menu that incorporates these principles. For breakfast, a vegetable omelet made with 2 eggs, spinach, red bell peppers, and a quarter of an avocado. For lunch, a Mediterranean salad with mixed greens, cherry tomatoes, chickpeas, olive oil dressing, and half an avocado. For dinner, grilled salmon with steamed broccoli, sweet potato, and a side of quinoa. For snacks, a handful of walnuts and berries, or carrot sticks with guacamole. This approach not only protects your eyes but benefits your entire body, supporting heart health, brain function, and overall well-being. But I want to be absolutely clear about something crucial. While nutrition is powerful, it's not a substitute for regular eye exams. Many eye conditions, including AMD, can be asymptomatic in their early stages when treatment is most effective. I recommend a comprehensive dilated eye exam at least once a year if you're over 60 or have risk factors for eye disease. There's one more aspect of vision protection I'd like to discuss before we wrap up today: the lifestyle factors beyond diet that significantly impact your eye health. But first, let me ask you this. How many of the foods I've mentioned are already part of your regular diet? And which ones could you start incorporating this week? I encourage you to write down 3 specific changes you'll make to your meals this coming week. Maybe it's adding avocado to your morning toast, or swapping one dinner for salmon, or adding a side of leafy greens to your lunch. Small, consistent changes add up to significant protection over time. Are you ready to learn about the final piece of the puzzle, the lifestyle factors that complete your vision protection plan? I'll share that with you next. When I think about the privilege of sight, the ability to see a loved one smile, to read a heartwarming letter, to witness a magnificent sunset, I'm reminded why protecting our vision is not just a medical necessity, but a deeply personal mission. Throughout my 3 decades working with older adults, I've witnessed both heartbreak and triumph. I've seen patients who, after a diagnosis of macular degeneration, felt like their independence and joy were slipping away. But I've also seen remarkable resilience. People who took control of their eye health through nutrition and lifestyle changes, maintaining their vision and their quality of life far longer than expected. The choices you make today matter. Every avocado you eat, every leafy green salad you enjoy, every fish dinner you prepare, these aren't just meals. They're investments in your future sight. They're acts of self-care that affirm your commitment to living vibrantly in your golden years. Beyond the nutritional strategies we've discussed today, there are several other powerful steps you can take to protect your vision. First, if you smoke, please stop. Smoking doubles your risk of AMD and accelerates its progression. It's never too late to quit, and your eyes will thank you. Second, protect your eyes from harmful UV and blue light. Wear quality sunglasses outdoors, and consider blue light filtering glasses when using digital devices. Third, stay physically active. Regular exercise improves circulation, including blood flow to your eyes, and helps reduce inflammation throughout your body. Fourth, Manage other health conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes, which can significantly impact eye health. And finally, nurture meaningful connections in your life. Believe it or not, loneliness and isolation have been linked to poorer health outcomes, including faster progression of age-related diseases. I want to share one last story with you. James came to me at 67, newly diagnosed with AMD and terrified about losing his independence. He'd watched his mother lose her vision to the same condition. It feels like a death sentence, he told me. We worked together to implement the nutritional and lifestyle changes I've shared with you today. When I saw James for his follow-up a year later, his macular pigment density had increased significantly, and his AMD had stabilized. But what struck me most was his changed outlook. "Dr. Walker," he said, "I no longer fear the future. I know I'm doing everything possible to protect my sight. And even if my vision does change someday, I've learned that life doesn't end with an AMD diagnosis." That's the message I want to leave you with today. Whether you already have macular degeneration or you're taking preventive steps, you have more power than you realize. Every time you choose an avocado, every time you fill your plate with colorful vegetables, every time you step outside for a walk, you're taking control of your eye health. Remember, while the nutritional approaches we've discussed today show promising benefits, they're not a substitute for proper medical care. Always consult your doctor before making health decisions, especially if you have existing medical conditions. If you found this information valuable, please consider subscribing to our channel for more evidence-based guidance on healthy aging. Click the like button if you learned something new today, and be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss our updates. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What eye-healthy food will you add to your shopping list this week? Or, if you're already incorporating these foods, what difference have you noticed? And please, share this video with someone you care about who might benefit from this information. Together, we can build a community committed to preserving vision and independence as we age. This is Dr. David Walker, reminding you that when it comes to your vision, nutritional choices today can help ensure clearer tomorrows. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in our next discussion about living your best life at any age.